Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 25 online CFM game. We are now in week 7 of the 2024 season with our Arizona Cardinals, and we just got a pleasant surprise as we loaded up for this week 7 matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. Budda Baker has been upgraded from Superstar to X Factor, and I have no idea why. He never had a dev story last week. I just opened this up, DV breakout. I was like, all right, maybe it's Sean Murphy bunting or something. No, it's just Budda Baker going to X Factor. So free upgrade, as far as I know. This is definitely either something new in Madden 25 for CFM, or we just got really lucky and that might have been a bug or something. Either way, we will take it and we will run with it. So Budda Baker's now an X Factor. That's doesn't really change too much in the grand scheme of things, except, you know, we can put an X Factor ability on him whenever he gets that activated. We don't get an extra ability slot for Budda Baker though. He already had 3 abilities, and to get the 4th one, we have to get him to a 95 overall, and I mean, Budda Baker's like 28 years old. It'll be a stretch to get him that far. It's not going to happen anytime soon if it does, but nonetheless, nice to have. We're also getting closer and closer to getting Marvin Harrison's X Factor unlocked. Remember, we need to get the snap count to 500 to get Marv his hidden dev unlocked, which is going to be Superstar X Factor, to add to what is starting to look like a pretty solid team so far. We got Trey Benson to Superstar, and as we saw in the last video at the end of it, that spin cycle is no joke. We had a crazy touchdown against the Green Bay Packers to help our win streak go to 3. So let's see what the theme of this video is. Week 1, it was tough losses. Or video 1, I should say. Video 2, we were able to put together a 3-game winning streak. Are we going to go back to our losing ways? What do we have in store next? We'll see right now. It's our 1 primetime game of this season. It's Monday night. We'll be hosting it at State Farm Stadium, and we'll be taking on the Chargers. And the Chargers have Justin Herbert, and as we've seen so far this season, those ability quarterbacks are no joke. Josh Allen taught us that the hard way week 1, what all this gunslinger and passing elite can do to an already cracked offensive Madden in Madden 25, as we are underway for Monday Night Football. We'll see if we can at least force a mistake or two offensively, continue what we've been doing, because offense has been pretty standout, it must be said. We have one of the top offenses in the league. Kyler Murray rolling out of trouble, eyes downfield. That is a dime to Zay Jones, and an electric start to the game for this young hotshot Cardinal squad, as Trey Benson shaking him off and scoring. Trey Benz crib call. We got all the hot rods in the garage. Trey Benz, Maserati Marv, and McLaren McBride, and they all provide something to the table. And look, man, they're a young core. They're just going to get better and better with Kyler Murray leading the way, man. K1, that was a crazy play, and we talked about it in episode 1, where Kyler Murray, we could do a lot worse than what Kyler brings to the table, and that's why, right? He has 92 speed, he has good enough throw power to get that downfield, and that makes for a good Madden quarterback at the very least. Even though we're paying, on paper, we're paying like a 78 overall quarterback, 40 to 50 mil for the next couple of years. It's not, you know, you just got to take it for face value. It's Kyler Murray, man. He's doing what he can, and if we play well enough with Kyler, who knows, maybe we can even get Kyler his dev upgraded, because Kyler right now is a star. We got him to Superstar, we can definitely have some fun with K1. Right now, my opponent, I mean, he's been having fun with Justin Herbert. He's got the abilities. He can make all the hot routes. He can make all the throws. He's showing it off on this drive, and DJ Chark will take a big bite out of our defense, marching his way downfield in for the touchdown. And I mean, look, man coverage, we've talked about it before. Sometimes it's a necessary evil. We got to go to it just to keep the opponent honest, but more often than not, man coverage is not going to work out for us. We do not have the defense for it. We don't have the defense for much, but we've got a solid special teams ace in Michael Carter. He's had some nifty returns so far this season, as Trey Benson, a solid gain at 3 yards on first down. Kyler drop back, looking, holding, once again escaping the pocket, eyes downfield, but this time we're going to play it smart and throw it away. We don't want to get too risky out there, right? Because it is 2nd down. Oh no, but 3rd down, we'll take the sack. Khalil Mack off the edge on that 3-man rush, but 2 of those rushers are superstars. 4th and a mile, going for it. Kyler, oh, stepping and looking to throw, but taken down by now Joey Bosa, the other superstar, on that pass rush. 4th down and 18 there. I mean, honestly, I just trust my defense so little. That's why I went for it, because it's just like, look, honestly, we're probably going to give up a touchdown, as we do here. Ladd McConkey with the score, and great pocket there by Herbert, being able to stay behind the line of scrimmage and get that ball off. That's just, you know, tip your cap to him at that point, right? He's balancing that fine line, and if you can do that, you'll definitely do well offensively. And, you know, defense, like I said, I have no trust in it. It's just like, look, I would rather go for it on 4th down and 18. I think we actually have a shot at getting it. And honestly, if we had a little bit of time, we probably could have gotten that crosser to Marv and at least given him a chance, right? And I think it would have been a pretty good chance given how good Marv has been for us so far this season. As we're looking downfield, switch stick by my opponent, so we'll respect that and we'll just take the game with Kyler, bring up a 3rd down and 2. We'll put McBride into block this time, but it doesn't matter. Immediate heat. Kyler breaks it off, launching downfield. That is Maserati Marv taking the top off the defense. Incredible! That kid's not a rookie. He's special. Woohoo! Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray making it rain at State Farm Stadium. And I don't know how that worked, but that is, I mean, like I said, once again, that's just elements of our offense that not every team can have, right? We don't have the superstar abilities on Kyler or Marv right now, but just their physical attributes are good enough to make plays like that happen. And we got to take any advantage we can get and milk it. And that is our advantage. The Kyler to Marv connection is perfect time boomstick with Buda Baker apparently means absolutely nothing. We end up giving up a hit instead. And now we go to the hard part, which is defense. Here's a little screen pass. Joshua Palmer swerving around. The one thing that works to our advantage playing against this Chargers offense is their skill position players leave a lot to be desired, right? You got Palmer, you got Ladd McConkey, Donald Parham's the giant tight end, but no real number 1 in this offense. So Justin Herbert's just going to have to spread the sugar. But, of course, Justin Herbert's more than capable of doing that. And, once again, taking off. My opponent's been doing a really good job of attacking our 4-man rush, 3-man rush, whatever it may be, and manipulating the pocket very well. And we'll see if he does that one more time here. Minute to go in the half. Herbert. Oh, he did it and then some. Donald Parham for the touchdown. And, once again, it's Herbert with the jump throw just as he's about to cross the line of scrimmage. And like we talked about earlier, that's just, there's not really much of a defense for that, right? Because there's not much of a defense for anything. So those are the kind of plays that if he makes it, but he is balancing a fine line. And, you know, if we continue to play with fire, you might get burnt once or twice. Holy cow, that was a Stevie Wonder read. Henley with the pick, and he's going for 6. My goodness, we are trying to play perfect offensively to just keep up with how bad our defense is. And 1 or 2 mistakes, and that's all it takes. We're down by 14 points. We didn't score on 2 offensive drives. And, I mean, now we're kind of in trouble. I believe my opponent gets the opening possession of the second half. We'll see if Michael Carter can cook up one more solid return. And yeah, man, the theme of this video might be back to our tough ways. We are going against a Chargers squad that is 4-1, and looking at the grand scheme of things, the way we ended the last video, we did go against 2 winless teams as Trey Benz spinning and winning right before the end of the first half. Trey Benson restarts the heartbeat for the Cardinals. There's life. Holy cow. There's always life when you can hit a spin move like that. And, hey, man, we talked about with that Packers game, that spin move is lethal. And at the end of the half, that was just a conservative play call. It was kind of just, you know, whatever. 20 seconds to go in the half. We were feeling down. I'll be honest. It wasn't looking great. But now we've got back to a 1-possession game. And it's just like, our Cardinals, we do not fold. We do not just go away quietly. Whenever it seems like we've just lost the game completely, we always have an answer for some reason, for whatever reason. It's a good quality to have for sure, to be scrappy and to be able to outpunch your weight, because it feels like we're doing that more often than not when we get into trouble, even if it's self-imposed, like some of it has been offensively so far today. Now, defense is still going to be the issue, but it is what it is. So, yeah, as I was saying, man, like, this Chargers team is 4-1, so you know this guy's getting it done so far this season. 2nd down and 10, going to Josh Palmer, and we're starting to play a little bit of defense. I don't want to jinx it, but we're starting to play a little bit of defense. But third down and fourth down is where it really matters, and Donald Parham continues to be the go-to guy, it seems like, for Justin Herbert. That's the number one, if you want to call it that, in this offense, as we get the sack on first down. Okay, Parham missed it. He tried to hit him on the sail route, a little bit wide of the mark by Herbert. It's third down and a mile. Herbert, great pocket, going middle. That is broken up by Buda Baker. Now an X Factor, using his superstar abilities to his advantage. Fourth down and 20. Herbert's on the field. Herbert looking to sling it, and he's got it to Parham. Oh no! That was as good a defense as we could play on back-to-back plays. Sean Murphy Bunting easily could have had a pick, and I mean, that's just what this game is, right? You have one or two opportunities to make a play defensively. If you can, you get the stop. If you don't, you give up a touchdown. And the animations will dictate that. And the animations just did not go in our favor. So now it's second down and goal at the 3. Herbert keeping the play alive, and he's picked off! Jalen Thompson with the goal line stand! That was a bad mistake, and we talked about it. Doing a little bit too much with Justin Herbert, right? He was balancing that line of trying to make a big play with Herbert and, you know, throwing it constantly, and it finally burned him in that situation. You just got to make it as difficult as possible and hopefully force a user error, and that's what we got there, is Kyler keeping the play alive, launching, and dropped by Trey. I mean, that's the running back. Can't be too mad about that, but, I mean, Kyler is giving us a chance on every play, and that's all we can ask for, man. Kyler is definitely outpunching his weight today. Started the fourth quarter, down low, third down. Got us about half the yards necessary here. A touchdown could tie this game up, but we need to get this fourth down conversion. Kyler drop back, looking, holding, middle. That is out of the reach of Marv and picked off. It's Henley again, the hen dog, for his second pick six of the day. Monday night is apparently Henley night, as he gets all the interceptions against us. And I mean, that's a play on fourth down where it's just like, all right, we've been hyping up Kyler. I need a little bit more of an accurate pass. Obviously, that's a low percentage play, but it's fourth down, right? We just got to put it in there and hope for the best. With a perfect pass, does that work? I don't know. But I would like to have learned that instead of having the overthrow straight to Henley. And I mean, honestly, the pick six is the best thing possible because we're back on offense and we're taking off. Benson waving Derwin James goodbye. And once again, these scrappy Cardinals will always fight until the final whistle. That time it was Benz on the long pass to go along with his long touchdown run. 2-point conversion. It's a walk-in call for Kyler Murray. And it's a 6-point game. If we can figure out what that defense thing is all about, I mean, we have opened up the back door to potentially steal this game. First down, Herbert. Oh my goodness. He got that off. I don't know how, but he did. It was J.K. Dobbins with the grab. Herbert won't get away this time. Gardeck is on their neck. It's third down and long again. Herbert, quick missile. He's got it to the rookie McConkey. And that's a huge conversion. The Chargers just really need to get in the field goal range to try to solidify this victory, get that 2-possession lead. Second down. Herbert will do just that. I mean, these are just straight missiles right now. Fastballs, 104 mile per hour. What are we going to do to stop it? All we can do is try. That will take us to the 2-minute warning as Parham makes the grab at the 30. Herbert's in trouble again, and he'll throw it away. We're actually not the 2-minute warning. We called a timeout. My apologies, as Gus Bus will be getting a solid 5-yard run, and now we will hold on to that timeout. We will go to the 2-minute warning, but the Chargers are still in field goal range. We have to force something spectacular here on third down. Blitzing! And Herbert hit on the throw. That could have been a fumble. That would have been the game changer, but here is the field goal. It is up. It is good by Dicker the kicker. It's a 9-point game, and you know what that means. We'll need an onside kick regardless of what we do on this next drive. A minute 54 remaining. Scoring as early as possible is obviously in our best interest, but, you know, we also want to maintain our timeouts. We'll see what we can cook up here. Kyler Murray with the drop back. First down. Going middle. Going Marvin Harrison hasn't had many receptions so far today, but when he catches it, it's big gains. 3-man rush. Kyler stepping. Hit on the throw. There wasn't really much there, so we'll take the incompletion. Second down. Sneaking a run. Benson can always be a one-hit wonder whenever he needs to be. He's over 100 yards rushing as we milk the clock down. New set of downs here. Kyler only 2 on the rush, so that means 9 in coverage. Is anything there? Waiting, creating. Look at X. He's working back and he's got it once again on a broken play. Zay Jones, the quarterback's best friend, as we get in the run, a minute to go. Pancakes galore. Trey Benson needed that block from 70. He's down at the 1. Now it's under 50 seconds to go. Can we punch it in here? First down, it's a run commit. Wide open. Pick your poison. We'll take Trey for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Might actually be his 4th, man. Trey Benson has been scoring all the TDs as we get the PAT, a 2-point game. All right, that was the easy part. Now, the hard part, the nearly impossible part. The onside kick. Prater pops it, and it's hauled in by J.K. Dobbins. Yo, what a grab! As my opponent's running the ball here, this is an opportunity for us to try to steal it right back. Going for the strip. Edwards, 2 hands tight. We'll call the timeout. He wants to keep on running plays. We'll run it with him, but he eventually wisens up and comes out in the QB victory formation, and that will do it. The Chargers will take the victory on the road against our Cardinals, who definitely fought until the final whistle, and I mean, that's all we can really ask for in games like this, man. It's not going to be easy. And honestly, man, that 3-game winning streak, probably just something that we're not going to do again, right? 3-game win streak is going to be hard to do. And we end up officially cracking that. This is about where we are as this team, right? We're going to be in a lot of close games. We're going to be fighting. And as long as we give ourselves a chance, that's what I'm all about when I play these games. All you gotta do is give yourself a chance in the 4th quarter, and it's anybody's game. That's what we did, right? Now, obviously, we put ourselves in a hole, but, you know, we'll have to do a little bit better on the execution. Some of the offense, right, we threw 2 pick sixes. That can be cleaned up because, you know, arguably offensively, that was the part where we gave the game away as much as defensively. But it's little mistakes. It's little lessons you can learn. And, you know, all you need is something that you can learn from the game and correct for the next game. And I think we got some of that in this game. We have another thing for Buda Baker. I honestly do not know what's going on here, but Buda Baker's going to get some XP out of this. The X Factor storyline, or the breakout that gave him X Factor, whatever, man. We'll move on to week 8 and celebrate this. Now we shift our attention to week 8 in Miami. We'll be taking on the Dolphins and the speedsters of Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. Name them all, the Dolphins got it. And of course, they got Tua Tagovailoa leading the way. Tua is a superstar in the game, but thankfully, he doesn't have any velocity abilities that I know of that he can get. So we don't have to deal with that this week. But of course, the Dolphins offense will be hard to stop. And we have the 32nd ranked pass defense, so we don't stop a nosebleed. We do have one of the best offenses in the league, and a big reason why is Marvin Harrison, who enters this week leading the league in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns as a rookie. On top of that, fellow rookie Trey Benson is leading the league in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, which lets you know that if we could play defense, we would be killing it. But at the same time, our bad defense is kind of part of the reason why we have so many offensive yards, because we give up gashing plays. So, you know, we're not trying to stat pad these guys, but I suppose there is a positive to the negative on the defensive side. Now, Marvin Harrison is setting the bar sky high for the rest of the season. This man wants to get 1,800 yards. We already had a preseason story for what Marv can do, and I'm pretty sure he's already going to crack that, right? I think it was like 1,200 yards and 80 catches or something like that, but now we have to get 1,800 yards with Marvin Harrison. That will put him in the top 10 for most yards ever in an NFL season, but I would say Marv is definitely capable of that. And now we have Marvin Harrison as an X Factor. We got the snap count. Marv has doubled me as an X Factor. We don't have great abilities yet. We need to get to an 85 overall Marv to unlock some better abilities, but we'll see for now what the X under Marv's name can do. He's already been playing well without any abilities. As we are ready, let's get going. We are underway for week 8 action in South Beach. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle both trying to return the kickoff. We will kick that as deep as possible to get it away from those two, as that's going to be, I believe, Brevin Jordan making the catch right there, and this is Jonnu Smith in the flats making back-to-back catches to start the game. The Dolphins even have one of the faster tight ends out there in Jonnu Smith, right? Why would they not have speed literally everywhere? Odell Beckham Jr., the veteran, on the crossroad. That looks like he's going to be the slot receiver in this offense today. Oh, Gardeck, turn your neck. You might have had a pick. He was just walking casually. We do force the incompletion. Second down. This man is a flat route merchant to Jonnu Smith. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Make him go elsewhere. Third down. Tua's hit on the throw. A decision to be made. The offense is on the field. Tua gun bunch. He's got the ball in his hands. Holding pressure. Middle. Beckham. Holy holy cow, he makes the grab. Odell Beckham Jr. adds to what has already been an impressive highlight reel throughout his career. One more for the resume, because how in the world did he make that catch in traffic and extend it into the end zone for 6? That is, once again, what we talk about defensively, where all we can do is force the lowest percentage play possible for the offense. I feel like we did that there. I can live with that play as Marvin Harrison Jr. is overthrown slightly. He beat Coho, but not a great throw from Kyler. Now it's second down, jump ball, Zay Jones. That is not going to work. Zay Jones is not creating separation, but there wasn't much else on the play. Third down, curl route, Marvin Harrison for the first down. If my opponent wants to run man coverage, we can certainly beat that with Benson as well as McBride beating Jordan Poyer in the corner for the touchdown. McLaren McBride adding to his touchdown count this season, and yeah, man. I mean, we got the guys to beat man coverage. I am not worried about that, but obviously I am worried about what we have to do defensively because, you know, we got Odell Beckham Jr. to try to make a catch in traffic in 2024, man. Like, what else do you want, right? With Buda Baker with deep in KO in the area. Wasn't good enough as Jonnu Smith continues to cook us 6 ways to Sunday. Thankfully, we at least forced an incompletion, bringing up second down, guarding that flat. It's still not good enough because now it's Devon Achane with the grab, and Achane, he's got getaway speed, so he'll turn that quick dump down into a first down as Tua lasers one to Tyreek Hill for the first down. And right now, we're trying not to get beat over the top. Oh, baby, and it worked! Buda Baker picking up an interception. And that's got to be the game plan, right? We don't want to give up the easy one-play touchdowns to Tyreek and Waddle. We're just going to have to be very patient defensively and make my opponent earn every yard possible. And that's why, right? Eventually, we can play that bend but don't break it and have it work out for us. But we cannot do this on the other end. It's a pick 6 for Channing Tindall. And it's pick 6 woes continuing for our Arizona Cardinals because we threw 2 of them last week to middle linebackers on very similar plays, on very unforced errors, and we'll add another one to the resume. And that's just, you know, it's silly, right? It's early down in distance. There's no reason for that. And it's just something we're going to have to cut out of our game, right? Because the margin for error is way too small right now in these games, in this league in general. So, yeah, man, we want to compete. It's either we cut those out or we're going to be losing a lot of games, and we're going to be looking at the draft board in a couple of weeks, more so than the standings as far as playoff standings and brackets and all that. As we hit Marvin Harrison on the out route for the first down, we've got our opponent out of this man coverage and looks like, and we'll see what else he's got in his bag as Marvin Harrison on the jet sweep for the first down. Marv is our fastest receiver, so we put him on the jet sweeps as well. Just get Marv the ball whenever we can. As Trey Benson on the run, trying to do something special with that spin move. You know, all it takes is one good spin, and we are as good as gone. Oh, dude, I had a little bit more time. Marv was breaking wide open as Benson breaking away. We don't even need the spin. Just 93 speed from Trey Benz. Wave him bye-bye. Benson's in for the touchdown. It's a shootout once more in an Arizona Cardinals game. Is anyone surprised? Scoreboard being lit up, first to 50. You know the deal when you watch Arizona Cardinals football, man. We just tie our hands behind our back defensively. But hey, Buda Baker's got his ability, man. He's on fire. It does absolutely nothing. Maybe it does do something. Elijah Jones forcing the incompletion. This is as good as defense as we can ask for. Second down, Tua has nowhere to go. He's drifting, he's looking, and I don't know what he was trying to force there, but hey, man, we'll take the incompletion. We'll play third down. Buda's still on fire, and that is caught. I believe we put BJ Ojulari in coverage, and he was not going to get that far out, as once again, my opponent is, you know, he seems like he's actually loving these checkdowns. Even though he has the Dolphins, he is more than comfortable just checking it down to Jonnu Smith every play. So, yeah, man, as we make the adjustment, this should have been intercepted, but Elijah Jones with the lowest IQ play possible, and then he celebrates the swat. You got to be kidding me, buddy. Because my opponent just put his hands in the cookie jar and got away with it because of you. And that was an easy user pick with Jalen Thompson. Instead, we're still playing defense. Third down. There's the touchdown. There's the cheetah. Yeah, we switch to man coverage. We go to cover 0, and that is going to be what happens more often than not. Like I said, we cannot run that defense. I just want to try it once. I just want to see if we can get some pressure on third down, do something. But Tyreek is going to beat our corners like a drum if we do that anymore. And if he doesn't, Jalen Waddle will. So we took our chance. It didn't work. It is what it is. We try to get the stop defensively. We should have gotten our one stop with Jalen Thompson. We didn't get it, so we give up a touchdown. We blew our one opportunity. It is what it is. It's Kyler extending, and arguably doing a little bit too much right now. Take it easy, Kyler. Second down. Thankfully, it's just an incompletion. We're going to Marv outside. Maserati Marv with the grab. Stepping out of bounds with 1:53 left in the half. Check down Trey Benson. Racing away. And then Trey Benson once more. Coming off of a 4-touchdown performance, Trey Benson, he's a touchdown machine these days. You cannot keep him out of the end zone. And it's in multiple different ways. Receiving, rushing. He does it all. He truly does it all. Now, let's see. We'll play this game once again, right? I think we are doing a good enough job defensively where we can make that one play. We just have to capitalize on it. We did it earlier on the user pick with Buda Baker. We weren't able to do it on the last drive with Jalen Thompson. Shout out to Elijah. Hopefully, he wisens up. Second down, minute to go in the half. That's a check down. It's good enough for the first down. Dolphins are not in too much of a hurry. They have all their timeouts. Looking middle. That is caught. That is Waddle, who is rocked by Sean Murphy, bunting, but he gets back up to celebrate the first down at the 20. Tua, corner, got it. Janu. Good open field tackle by Buda Baker, but it's still a first down and goal at the 4, and we burn our first timeout just so my opponent doesn't clock out the entire first half. Here's the first down, drop back to, that's picked off. It's Buda Baker for the second time today. Woo-hoo! Our goal line defense. It's the only good part of our defense, man. As Trey Benson accelerating off to the races. Jordan Poyer! He's got the angle. He makes the tackle. We step out of bounds at the 33. We are in field goal range. Looking for more. Going end zone. Going Marv! Out of bounds, out of sight, out of reach. Not much of a chance on that one. Second down, another run for Benson. He cannot get the spin move off. It's third down. But look, at the very least, if we settle for a field goal here, we get the lead. It feels like we're stealing points when my opponent was in position to take the lead about 20 seconds ago. We'll set up the third down play, and look at this. Marvin Harrison is wide open. Marvelous Marv. That's too easy for him. We've seen Marv make incredible plays, but that was a layup, and something happened to my opponent's defense as we switched the formation that, I think it was Ramsey was trying to check Marv blitz. So we'll take that, and we'll get the touchdown, and we have the lead. 6 seconds to go in the half, and we have to hold our breath as Odell Beckham Jr. fights and somehow gets a timeout in with a second to go. That was generous. This is ballsy. This is a 63-yard field goal attempt with Jason Sanders. Does he have the leg? It has the accuracy, but it's way short, and it's actually recovered by Trey Benson, and here we go. Benson on the last play of the half. On the return, he's got the corner. Skylar Thompson falls behind, falls down. It's Trey Benson with a South Beach stunner to end the half. A kick 6 for the Cardinals. Holy cow! This game has completely flipped the script in the last 30 seconds of the half. The Dolphins were threatening to go up by 7, but it's the Cardinals up by 14 as we go into the locker room. Trey Benson once more can score in any way you can imagine. He's like Go-Go Gadget out there. He does it all, and I mean, that was the most ridiculous play yet. I mean, whew, let's catch our breath on that one, man. That was incredible. And like I said, man, we've completely changed this game, right? It wasn't feeling too great. It felt like we had a chance. Now we're in control. Now we're vibing. Now we're making crazy throws. We're hitting crazy spins. A sinister spin from Trey. He's done it again. Trey Benson is taking over the game. The former Seminole is spinning mad in South Beach. That's his 4th touchdown, his 2nd game in a row with 4 scores. And now it's a 21-point lead for the Arizona Cardinals. It's an absolute avalanche dropped on the poor Dolphins. And they cannot swim their way back to shore any sooner right now. They are surely shell-shocked for what our Cardinals have pulled off in the last, minute and a half of game time? Right? Like, think about it. It's really just been about 90 seconds of game time that we've done all of this chaos. And we'll see if the Dolphins have anything left in the tank at this point, because they have to play picture perfect to get back in after just what Trey Benson has done to him pretty much. As to, at this point, we'll give up these checkdowns. We're not going to get beat over the top again. We're not going to run man coverage with Tyreek Hill, but it doesn't matter because Tyreek still beats Elijah Jones downfield for the touchdown. I mean, that's cover 6, but our corner was definitely playing a little bit too close to the line right there, so that's a defensive mistake by us, but also just, I mean, damn, Elijah, like, can you do something right for me today? Elijah Jones, low-key, has the Dolphins spread, man. He's trying to get the Dolphins to win, so we'll have to fight Elijah Jones off to try to secure the victory here. And I mean, look, it's been a really electric last couple of minutes, but we are going to have to calm this game down, slow it down a little bit. We're up by 14, and our best chance of winning the game is not to just keep on firing bullets. It's just to slow the pace of the game down. Get this done as soon as possible, right? We have to learn how to play with the lead. That's part of what we got to learn with this young Cardinals squad, right? We're not in this position often, but now that we're here, we have to try to figure out how to close the game out, because the last thing we want to do is keep the opponent interested, and all it takes is one or two fluky plays, and, you know, you're trying to win a game that you've already won, essentially. It's Kyler Murray on the run. 95 never stood a chance. Kyler with the scramble with the first down. We're in field goal range to make it a 3-possession lead. Home at Trey Benson once more. He wants it all, and whatever Trey Benson wants, he gets 5. Count them. 5 touchdowns on the day for the rookie sensation. Marvin Harrison is supposed to be the guy that takes all the headlines on this team as a rookie, but Trey Benson has revitalized this team, this franchise, for what he brings to the table. And Marvin Harrison is still having a solid game, but he's essentially an afterthought today because Trey Benson has put together one of the most ridiculous performances in NFL history today. Right? And that's not even an overstatement, right? The rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, the K6 on the last play of the half. It's just simply been incredible. And we continue the good vibes as Owen Popo gets the interception. Do not put your hands in the cookie jar. As long as Elijah Jones is not nearby, we can get the interception. So shout out to Owen Popo. It's hard to get him to make good plays out there. He's not even a 70 overall, so we got to user him for him to have a chance, as Kyler with the throwaway on the last play of the third quarter. That's obviously not going to be a play where we take a big chance, right? It's end of the third quarter. We're up by 21. Like I said, we need to slow the pace of this game down. At the same time, though, Trey Benson is going to score big touchdowns. He's going to score big touchdowns. He's going to give it another whirl here. Spun another one out of their shoes. Trey Benson, 163 yards rushing. Not going to get the first down here. Bring up 3rd down and 1. We're actually going to call up Kyler and Kyler Murray, design quarterback run. And we're doing exactly what we need to do on this drive. We are killing clock. We are moving the chains. Trey Benson. He wanted 6. He wanted 6, but we'll go backward instead. And now, you know, at least we got 2 more clock. Make this the last play before the 2-minute warning as Marvin Harrison trying to get something going. I believe I put spin cycle on Marv for this game, but clearly it did not work close to as well as how spin cycle works for Trey Benson. The spin cycle on Trey and the spin cycle on Marv are 2 totally different things, as Kyler Murray scrambling for 6. My opponent never really respected Kyler's rushing abilities throughout the game. We saw it a little bit early, some of the big scrambles we had out the pocket, and even at the end, right? You know, 3rd down, got to do something on that play. So, you know, we're not going to kneel it out in that situation since my opponent still had timeouts and there's still too much time. So, you know, next time we get the ball, we will kneel it out. But, you know, when? And it looks like my opponent might not even give us a chance to get the ball back because he is chewing the clock for the rest of this game. So, and this is a great bounce back for us and an emphatic victory, right? That spurt in the middle of the game really changed everything. But otherwise, you know, even if you take that out, we played a pretty good game. As we're actually going to give a touchdown here to Tyreek Hill. I tried to get cute with a blitz on the last play. We give up a touchdown. That will add to our horrific defensive numbers, but it is what it is because we did what we needed to do. We got the win. But yeah, man, I feel like we played a good game against this Dolphins team, right? And the one mistake we made was the pick 6 to Channing Tindall, right? And we still have to fix that, but otherwise, we are continuing to touch up what we need to do with this team, and we're continuing to improve and just elevate our level of play. And I think we elevated it to a cracked level today. I don't think we'll be touching the heights that we did with Trey Benson today. We'll just celebrate the moment while it's here, right? We talk about this journey, but you don't want to lose touch on the present while focusing on the future. You want to celebrate the big moments when they happen. This was a fantastic game for this franchise. And with Marv, with Trey, with Kyler, Trey McBride, all getting touchdowns in this game, all doing well. You take it. You take it. And Budda Baker, man, now an X Factor, got 2 interceptions in the game. Budda Baker is finally playing like Budda Baker. That is great to see. So, yeah, man, we wrap up this Week 8 game with a nice dub. And the next game we'll actually get is Week 10 because our Week 9 game got simmed against the Bears. The good news is that we got a win in that sim against the Chicago Bears. The bad news is, of course, that the game got simmed, because I would have rather played the game than get what was eventually a forced win against the Bears. Now, I did tell you guys in the very first episode that I will try to get all 17 games in, but realistically, it's probably not going to be possible because of the way this league advances. It basically advances whenever TDBarrett plays his game, and then whether there's 5 games played or 15, the league is ready to advance. Now, I have been personally afforded the opportunity to get in as many games as possible so far, so I do personally thank TD for that, but it's just not going to be possible for me to be around 24/7 every time this league is ready to advance. In this situation, it was a bang-bang moment where we were ready to advance. Me and the Bears guy were actually going to play, but the league advanced, and we ended up getting the forced win because the Bears guy was not around in time. So here we go. We're going to get ready for some Week 10 action. We are underway against the New York Jets in our final game before our Week 11 bye, and we are in a pretty interesting spot right now. 5-4 after getting that win against the Bears. It's 2 in a row after our pretty fun win, it must be said, over the Miami Dolphins. But now we go against our Achilles heel once more, an ability quarterback with a velocity ability. Aaron Rodgers with pass lead elite definitely checks those boxes, and we've definitely struggled against these types of quarterbacks so far, thinking back to the likes of Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. So Rodgers trying to do some damage. Ooh, but he might be heating up our defense. That was Jalen Thompson getting his hands dirty. Third down, Rodgers down low, going to Breece Hall. He hits that 6 spin, but does not get the first down. It's 4th and 2. My opponent not thinking about it. He'll go up tempo, keeping the offense on the field. Surely the ball goes to Rodgers. He's got it. He's holding. He's firing in the flats. And he's got Breece Hall for a chain mover. And that's just one of those many plays where you just throw your hands up and you say, I've done all I can, as we go up a touchdown on the next play. The reason I say that is because I thought I called the perfect defense for that. The defender near Breece Hall was in a hard flat, which should, in theory, play exactly what Breece Hall just did, running that table route outside. But the way Madden 25 is, that ball comes out so quick, especially out the hands of Aaron Rodgers, and quite frankly, the defense and the zones are programmed so poorly that, you know, in most Maddens, that's good defense. But in this game, you know, tip of the cap to Rodgers. This is a chain mover. We just had to exploit those same types of zones on our side on offense here. Second down, trying to get that pass off, though. Not much success. So third down will go to the uber electric Trey Benson, in trouble, staying alive, but not for much longer. The ball's on the ground and eventually scooped up by C.J. Mosley and the Jets. That would have been 4th down if we didn't fumble, but still, it's pretty painful to be giving up plays like that, because obviously, you know, in this league with our offense and our bad defense, we're going for it on 4th down in that situation. Instead, we turn it over and we give up a touchdown a couple of plays later to Mike Will, and we quickly go down to 14-0, and it looks like the velocity ability quarterback may be giving us one more kick in the butt. Now, as long as we don't fumble, we should have a puncher's chance offensively, so we'll try to keep the ball in our tight grip and make something happen. We'll go to Marv, downfield, Maserati Marv kicks it into high gear. You can wave him goodbye. 75 yards in the blink of an eye. Marvin Harrison is the touchdown button as always, and that once more, it just looks easy. The way Marv scores, and you wonder, it's just like, are teams trying to stop Marv? Absolutely. We've seen this season, Marv literally getting double teamed out there, right? Getting bracket coverage. People are trying to stop Marv. He's just impressive, man, and that's why he leads the league in yards and touchdowns. As Mike Williams, he's not going to juke anybody out, but he still gets a big gain to the 47-yard line. Rodgers is dumped on 2nd down. B.J. Ojulari with a rare sack for our pass rush. 3rd down, Rodgers under pressure, got it off, and Harrell's got the 1st down. And, whew, we were close there with our user, but I mean, that was a perfect pass by Aaron Rodgers. Hard to defend the perfect pass as Harrell continues to dominate. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know who this is. Tyrell Harrell? Never heard of him. But clearly we can't stop him, and Mike Will also involved in the action. I don't see Garrett Wilson anywhere on this team, but apparently it doesn't matter because Mike Will and Harrell are good enough to quickly get the Jets 21 points before the first quarter even ends. It's a furious pace to this game so far as, holy cow, Clemens is a big dude to be playing special teams and laying a big hit like that. Nice spin move, double spin, spinning and winning. Trey Benz riding into the sunset once more. This is just everyday activity from the kid nowadays. Trey Benson his highlight reel is going to look like Barry Sanders in his prime by the end of his rookie year alone. As long as they don't patch spin cycle, right? There's a lot of things they need to fix in this game. That spin is definitely one of them. But as long as it's not getting fixed, that is that one abusive ability that we have on our side. And you either use it or you lose it. So we're definitely going to be using it while we can. And on top of that, now we got Marv with his ability. So we're feeling all right these days. As we get the hit on Rodgers, we're getting some hits on the quarterback, which is definitely welcome because, you know, our pass rush, probably the worst pass rushing unit in the entire league, right? Shout out to Gardeck on their neck, but he should not be anybody's #1 pass rusher, as this is a jump ball in traffic and broken up. This brings up a 4th down on the play. Let's see if we can get the offense off the field this time, as my opponent's sticking in this gun tight as always, and once again squeezing one down low. Finally, we get our first Garrett Wilson sighting of the game. Rodgers once more is rocked to sleep on the ground for an incompletion. Here's Breece Hall. He's got that glitchy spin move, but we're doing a decent job of just making sure we don't give up that one play touchdown the way my opponent did earlier in this game. 3rd down, Rodgers all day to throw. He's just going to throw a jump ball for Mike Will, and he's going to get it in double coverage. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess defense is not allowed today. Even if we try, even if we put 2 dudes in position, it is apparently not enough. I feel like we are doing a decent job, and it does not matter because we have given up 28 points. We're on pace to give up damn near 60 points in this game, even though, like I said, I feel like we're doing a decent job. It just doesn't really matter. We just got to keep on scoring offensively and try not to fumble the ball as Sherwood lays the lumber there. Benson trying to get another 1-play touchdown, hits the spin, gets a gain of 3. 2nd down, Kyler looking to pass outside. That's perfect. That's Trey McBride. We've got the 3rd car out the garage. Oh, McLaren down to the 1. All right. At the 1-yard line, Trey Benson usually cooks in these situations. He'll do it again, this time off of a reception. A 1-yard touchdown, a vulture of a touchdown, some would say, by Trey Benz. But, hey, man, as long as we get the touchdown, it's all good. I tried to dive in there with Trey McBride. He got stuffed a yard short. But as long as we're scoring touchdowns, we'll take it, man. I'm not really trying to get to one specific player. Oh, that could have been a touchdown if that was caught in stride. I guess we'll be happy that it was only a gain to our 42-yard line. I suppose we got to take small victories these days. We get yet another hit on Aaron Rodgers. This was real life. Rodgers would not be getting up after the 5th or 6th hit, as we're trying to get one more, and we do. It's an incompletion. Let's see if we can send the pressure on Rodgers on 3rd down. Here it comes, and it's going to go off the back of Gardeck. And on 4th down, my opponent is shockingly punting the ball. Going for it on 4th and 1, going for it on 4th and 2, cool. But 4th and 10 is apparently where he says he's gonna, pin us at our own 2-yard line. I guess that's why he punted. He's really good at punting as we go for it all. Marv boxed out by DJ Reed. That's good coverage out there. Let's try Marv again. 2nd down on the corner route. He's practically double covered, and it doesn't matter as it takes a village to bring down Maserati Marv. Here we go with the play fake, rollout looking. Yeah, can't test that switch stick with Sauce Gardner. We'll play it smart. We'll run it on 2nd down. Great blocking outside. Benson on his high horse. Past midfield. Is he going to spin him? Oh, he certainly does. Trey Benson is the spin master. And we're a PAT away from tying the game. I am shocked that my opponent punted the ball. Not in this year's Madden. I love me some sim football, but not in this year's Madden, certainly not in this league. These are a bunch of sweaty tryhards, and if you open the door, someone's going to burst their way through. And that's what we got to do, man. We're just adapting to the lifestyle, the way this league operates, and like that, we have battled our way back from a gloomy 14-point deficit to at least having this game tied with a minute to go in the half. At this point, honestly, I'm alright with giving up a field goal going into halftime. Going down 3, I am cool with that the way this game started so poorly as Rodgers gets it off hot to Breece Hall. He wants to spin, but once again, we're playing the spin. I'm waiting for it. I'm just making sure we don't give up the big play, and we continue to at least keep that aspect in check. But now our defense is completely out of sorts as the Jets are in field goal range, but our defense out of sorts seemed to have confused the Jets as Not even sacked out of field goal range. BJ Ojulari with another sack on the day. Rodgers in traffic again, testing Buda Baker. I mean, I need one of those to be an interception. He's just throwing it blind right now. 3rd and a mile. He runs into his own lineman. Garrett Wilson with the spin move. He's down at the 39-yard line, and a timeout by our Cardinals to try to force the issue on 4th down. This will be a 56-yarder, and it's short. It is way short and no good. No shot for return for Trey Benson, but still a miss, and we have a shot to score before the end of the half ourselves. Once again, closing out the end of these halves has been critical and it's working in our favor as we get it into field goal range, looking for more, looking for Marv. He's double covered, time is ticking, gotta make a decision. Kyler with a second left. He steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Now we get Matt Prater. He's got one of the biggest boots in the league. A 48-yarder is a chip shot for the vet. It's through. That man has 98 kick power still, I believe. So instead of the Jets going up by 3, it's us going up by 3. And that timeout that we called at the end of the half to force the issue, that's why you do stuff like that. In case the opponent goes for the field goal, misses, you just got to give yourself a chance. And that's what we're doing as we have Marvin Harrison on fire. He's got double me. So if I see single coverage, I'm going to let it fly. Whoa, I see single coverage. I'm going to let it fly in stride. Maserati Marv gone again. Marv has the crowd on their feet. The Red Sea in salute of the 4th overall pick. Whoo, baby! Humdinger Marvin Harrison is must-see TV, and suddenly we have a 10-point lead in a game that looked like it was slipping away. We are now in control, but we know that we can very easily lose control of a game like this. It has happened many times before this season. We're just getting started as Aaron Rodgers makes the grave mistake of putting his hands in the cookie jar. Great blocking by Max Melton. That propels Taylor Demerson for the pick 6. Oh, yeah! We're blowing the roof off State Farm Stadium now. Big play after big play in the Cardinals' favor. And remember when I said this game was just getting started? Apparently, I was wrong. This game is over. This guy quit. He quit. In the 3rd quarter? Are you serious, man? A little bit of adversity and this dude just walks out and says GG's? Alright, so apparently the game saved. I didn't think the game would even save, but thankfully it did. I don't know if this dude even knew it with his sweaty little slot post gamer tag, but yeah, the game did save, and we are going to keep those stats and, of course, the win for that, and we will go into the bye with a 6-4 record. So, yeah, that was unexpected. Definitely did not expect a rage quit in the 3rd quarter, but all right, this is a funny lead. This is a funny lead, but this is why we're here, man. This is why we're sticking it out, right? You definitely get some comedic moments along the way, and we've certainly had some of those today. We've had our highs, we've had our lows, but I'm here for it all. I'm here for both of them, man. I'm here to take our whoopings, take our L's, but also when we get our dubs, man, feel good moments for sure. And we're only getting better from here. Benson's an 85 overall. We'll get better abilities on Benz. Marv is an 85 overall. We will get better abilities on Maserati Marv. And we will, it looks like, be trying to make a playoff push after our bye week in the second half of this 2024 campaign. We are just simply in position. So as we look at the stats that saved before the Jets guy quit, it's time to wrap this one up. Leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Subscribe for more Madden 25 gameplay, CFM, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys after the bye week, week 12 against the Seattle Seahawks. We'll see what we could cook up. Until then, thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.